Oh, I swear the day better get better. Okay guys, so we're here for my great challenge. I am about to start quilting and chill because I need it. Okay, back to quilting. I am making the trees. I already made a few. Maybe you can spot them in the back over there. And I'm going to finish them today. But I had a very bad day. And if you watch the decoration, the Christmas dining room thing that I did, you know that my day has been horrendous. What is this? Oh. It started with me totally flopping with my baking. So no video on baking. I gotta redo it. And then I got really frustrated with the decoration for that 3-tier thing. And it's time for me to do something that I'm actually good at. Because obviously today decoration and baking is not my thing. I'm going to sew, but then again I may have jinxed myself. So what are we doing? We're doing the trees today. And if you remember, I am doing, welcome back by the way, and if you are new, welcome. I am doing this, and I've done all the stars and diamonds, so that's one block, and I'm doing the tree block. And then next week I'll do the house, and then I'll assemble it, do the borders, and then during my vacation I am quilting it. And I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to quilt it, because there's a lot of negative space, which is the white part on this quilt, which is 70 by 70. It's a big lap quilt basically. It's the width of a twin size quilt, but it's a little bit shorter. I still don't know what I'm going to do for quilting, because I'm going to free motion quilt it on the machine. And it's not too big and bulky, but I don't want to do what I usually do, which is like the pebbles and stuff like that. I'm trying to figure out or find a pattern to do a snowflake or maybe Zentangles. I don't know, but neither here nor there. So just like the last video, what I did was pre-record me cutting it, cutting the stuff. There's a lot of cutting for the trees, okay, a lot of cutting. And the assembly, however, is super fast. So it's one of those things where you spend more time actually cutting the pieces of fabric that you need than, that candle smells so good, than you do assembling it. So that's why I'm saying that I'm probably going to finish the assembly of all the trees. I have 2, there's 9 altogether, so I'm going to do 7 trees this afternoon. So when I come back, I'll do a little montage of me cutting all the pieces, and then I'll show you how to assemble it. And the pieces, man, there was a lot. The pieces for this altogether, you need rectangles. There are 4 different rectangles in 4 different size, 18 of each. All right, so that's 18 times 4. And then you need 108 squares. Where are my squares? You need 108 of those. That's a lot, okay? Plus the tree trunk and the trees themselves. And then that was for the white. And then in the colors, you need 2 colors per tree, and basically 5 different lengths. So when I come back, you'll see me cutting, and then I will show you how to assemble it, or what the assembly looks like. And I'm definitely going to enjoy my tea and my me time this afternoon. I had a very rough week, not rough in a negative sense. A lot happened this week. I'll talk about it at another time, but a lot happened this week. So go ahead and speculate. I will see you in a minute.
What a feeling, now it's time for Christmas. And Christmas is my favorite time of year. It's beginning to look like all my wishes are coming true, that's why I cheer. I've been busy decking the halls, I've been kind to big and small, and now it's time to have a merry holiday. What a feeling when it's time for Christmas. Let's sing a carol and we'll bring it here. I guess that spring and summer, they're all fine, but I've been waiting for the season that's mine. So let it come, yeah, let it come. Snowflakes fall, I can hear the sleigh bells call. They're saying it's time to have a merry holiday. What a feeling, now it's time for Christmas. And Christmas is my favorite time of year. It's beginning to look like all my wishes are coming true, that's why I cheer. I've been busy decking the halls, I've been kind to big and small, and now it's time to have a merry holiday. What a feeling when it's time for Christmas. Let's sing a carol and we'll bring it here. Let's sing a carol and we'll bring it here. Let's sing a carol and we'll bring it here.
Okay, I'm back, and I'm going to show you how to assemble the tree. And there's a lot of cutting, okay? So this tree is going to be a dark and light combo. So you basically have your bands like this, which I've already shown in the little montage. But basically it's going to look something like this. Okay, all right, so you already have somewhat of a tree, okay? And then the bottom part here is the trunk, and then now we're starting to add the background. Okay, and you'll see once you assemble it, it's super fast, super fast. So each one of those pieces of tree here needs to be cut right here to make it a diagonal. I'm gonna show you on this. All right, can you see? All right, so in order to do that, it's basically the same principle than what we did earlier when we were doing the flying geese. You take your one piece, you put a line right here across, right? And then you basically sew directly like this, boom. You take that out, and then this gets folded this way. Okay, so you see how I already have the slant, right? So each one of these bands needs to have one of those squares like this. That's going to be sewn one way. So you need 10 pieces, 10 squares. So I'm going to set them up, making sure they are facing down for the fabric, because I don't want the snowflakes to be on the back of it. All right, here and here. And this one is actually, the one on top is actually the one that's going to look the most like a flying geese, because the white is going to touch each other on the top. And then you have all of these other pieces, and they are all cut in gradient size. So the longest one is going to go over here. Then you get a medium. Then you get another one of those squares. And then you get a tiny one like this. All right. And you see how they all line up now? And that's how you make the tree. So let me remove these. And the first order of business is going to mark the diagonal on all of those squares. Then we're going to chainsaw today. Not the actual chainsaw, but I'm going to do them all back to back like a little train. So here we go. I got 10 of those that I need to mark right here on the diagonal. Don't skip that step. Some of us think that we can sew on a diagonal without the mark. I've tried to be one of these people who doesn't believe she needs the mark, and guess what? You do need the mark. So you mark all of those. So it's 10 per tree that you need to do that for. On it. And this is a very good ruler to get, by the way. Some of you are asking me, oh, I want to start quilting. What kind of tools do I need? You need one of those. This is an Omni Grid 1/4 inch. There's a 1/4 of an inch on both sides here. And this is great for flying geese. It's great to cut off at the seam allowance. In quilting, it's a 1/4 of an inch, as opposed to sewing, where it's pretty much a 1/2 inch, or 0.75, whatever. So for this, what I'm pretty much going to do is a chain, and that's pretty much me doing the right side on every single one, back to back to back, and then separate them and do the left side back to back to back. So that way I'm going faster. So I'm starting with the smallest one, and I'm putting my square right here at the end, okay, and I'm sewing a straight line directly onto my pencil mark. Keep going, leave it alone, move my foot up, and then I'm doing the next one. I don't cut my thread, I just go straight in, put that one in, foot down, and keep going, and I do all of them that way. So you see it's giving me a chain, right? They're all here, one after the other. So now what I do is that I just separate them. And I'm doing the same thing. Putting them in order. No, you go here. This one goes here, and this one goes here. All right. The only difference is that this one being the shortest, I'm gonna cut it right here at 1/4 inch. Fold it over and get my next square, and this square I'm gonna put right here. And the reason why I'm doing this one that way is because I need to open it. I need to get this part folded over so that this one can be sewn over it. It's basically a flying geese. Okay, so, and then the other ones I don't need to do that because it's further away from the center. All right, here we go. So same thing, I'm getting this little chain thing here, right? So I'm just separating them. Right, so I have 5 pieces, and I'm taking each piece and I am cutting at 1/4 of an inch from my sewing line. This is no good, I don't need it. And again, this is giving us a flying geese. All right, and I'm going to do that for every single one of them. So these I don't need, and let me tell you, there's ladies out there who will still use those to make little scrap thing. Listen, nope, not me. Okay, I'm going to my ironing board, and I have to iron these open. So let's go back. We have this one followed by this one. I'm going to stagger them a little bit so you can see the shape. Then this one, and this one, and that one. Okay, so now comes the really easy part, all right, because now I'm doing this. And all I have to do is, to the one on top, is add this one, then add this one, then add this one, then add this one, and do the same thing on the other side. And I'm going to do a chain, same thing. I'm going to add all of those. Then I'll separate them and I'll add all of these. I'll start with the bottom for the tree, 1/4 of an inch seam, and that's it. The block is 12.5 by 12.5. Now, these trees, there are dark and light, and then it's kind of like a scrap, you know, scrappy thing. So there's all sorts of fabrics. So some of them are medium and light, medium and dark, dark and dark, light and light, light and dark, like this one. There's a whole bunch of them. I try to not have a single repeat, and then you just kind of like scatter them through the whole quilt. So let's get started. I'm going to start with this, and then this one doesn't have any add-on, so I'm going to put it to the side. So these are the ones that I got to do. Okay, so I'm going to sew this to this, and then this to that, and then this one over here, this one over here, this one over here, that one over here. Separate them, and then this one over there, and that one over there, this one here, this one here. Flatten everybody, and then one row gets attached to the other. Not to forget the one that comes right here. That's it. How easy is that? So now all I have is a bunch of bands like this. And I just have to put them one after the other in order of size. And that's how we get a tree. So the first one is this one, and it goes with the largest of the dark ones. So I'm just going to put it this way, making sure I get the tree in the right orientation. And you see they're all the same size now. They're all 12.5 by 12.5. So now all I have to do is join all my bands, okay, starting with the bottom one, which is the tree trunk, by size. Keep it a straight line. There we go. And before we know it, we have a tree. So far, what I have is the bottom part of the tree right here. So I'm going to check which band I need, and it would be this one. Same thing, making sure that I have the right orientation. This goes right here, attach it, and do every single band that way until I have a tree. And then I just got to clean out the edges and make sure it's 12.5 by 12.5. And here we go. All right, let me press it, square it, and we have one tree. So far I have this tree, I have that tree, it's not the same pattern, okay, and I have this tree. So that's 3, I need 6 more. So the other 6, I have this one married or paired with this. I have this one that has tiny trees on it paired with this, so that would be a medium. I have this one paired with this. This, that would be a medium and light. And then I have this one that is a dark and dark. I'm gonna do this one. So, same thing. Each tree requires 2 of these, 1 of those, 2 of these, 2 of those, 2 of those, 2 of those, and then for the corners I need 10 square. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, let's go. I'm telling you, there's something going on with the universe. Because this is the worst day ever. Okay, well, it's not the worst day ever. Anyway, apparently I thought I had pre-cut 9. I pre-cut 8. So I'm missing one, which I'm gonna do another day. It's 8 o'clock, I'm done. So I'm gonna show you the trees so far. And then I'm gonna assemble kind of, you know, loosely on the table. So you can see what it looks like with the stars and diamonds to give you an idea of how it blends. All right, so here are the trees. So I have this one, this one, this one, that one, and this one, that one. Okay, so I like this one. Actually, I like this one. I like the ones with the most contrast, actually. These are okay, but they're gonna look great with the rest. All right, so let me assemble everything and I'll show you how it works as a whole. Okay, use your imagination, okay? Because the holes are where the houses go, and there's 2 more rows of trees and stars. So this is just 3 rows, there's 5 rows altogether. So you see how it comes together? And I really, really like it. So the stars and the diamonds for the trees are north-south, and the houses have the stars and diamonds that are east-west. So my understanding is that there's a whole section on the houses where you have to add some white to make it the right size, because the houses are not as big as the tree. But basically this is what it looks like. So let me pull out a little bit. And again, houses go where the holes are, and there's going to be 2 more houses, one here, with tree, tree and tree, and then no, with star, 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 and then over here is going to be a tree and a tree, I think. I don't know. I'm tired. But anyway, this is what it looks like at a glance. Okay, so you tell me down below what you think. So I'm really enjoying this, well, you can tell. I think the quilt is going to be really nice. To be honest, it looks, or feels at least, much bigger than I thought, which is kind of cool. I think the last one I did, that was kind of like a lap quilt, was the Pat Sloan one that had all the season on it. That's always on my quilt rack upstairs. And that one is more like a wall hanging. So I guess that's the reason why I'm like, wow, this one is pretty big. But I like it. And I love how it just blends. And it does have that scrappy effect where it could have been made with a whole bunch of scraps or whatever. So I'm going to turn that off. This is the 8th tree right there. And I have to cut enough to make a 9th one. What I'm going to do is look at all the trees that I have, and I'm going to try to come up with one that is completely different from all of the other trees. I don't want to repeat pattern. Obviously, well, none of those are repeats, but I see a lot of the same though. The one that has the dark green with the gold snowflakes on it. But anyway, okay. So I am done. I'm gonna go upstairs. Actually, I have to redo the schedule for tomorrow. I have a staff who called out. So I gotta redo the schedule, you know, shift people around and whatnot. It's gonna be a rough day tomorrow. So I need to go to bed early. And that would be it. So yeah, that's the only video after. So that's the second and last video for this week. Because the Madeleines were a big flop. They were good though, they tasted good, they just looked terrible. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. It's kind of weird, because I make Madeleines all the time, but not with the chocolate. I think, you know what, the next one I'm going to make them without the chocolate. I'm going to dip them in chocolate, but I'm not going to put chocolate in it. That's what I'm going to do. I think it weighted it down. Anyway, you can tell, this is how you can tell somebody is a seamstress or a quilter. Okay, I got that stuff all over. And I'm gonna drag it upstairs, and for the next 2 or 3 weeks there will be tiny little pieces of thread all over the house, and I would not have it any other way. Go figure. Anyway, give me a thumbs up if you like this and if you like this particular quilt. Actually, now that I think of it, a nighttime version of this would look really cool. All in navy blue, grays, silvers, to make it look like it's nighttime. That would look really cool. Oh, and the houses, instead of doing, I just came up with an idea. The houses, instead of doing the windows gray, you do them yellow, like there's somebody inside. Oh, you could do little shapes too. Anyway, possibilities are endless. I like it. I hope you do too. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel right here in the corner. I can't wait for my vacation, y'all. It's my last week, my last stretch before I go on vacation. I am looking forward to it. I really am looking forward to it. So, and I hope you do too. I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching. Bye. Hey, it's me, and guess what? Click that thumbs up if you really like this video. Thumbs down twice if you didn't. You can also share my video if you really liked it, or save it to watch later. Also, you can subscribe to my channel, but don't forget to click that bell button so you are always notified when I post a new video. Thank you for watching.